Hey, young Drew. In this video, I'm going to tell you how constantly fighting and arguing of your parents has affected you 20 years from now as an adult. I'm 36 right now. So, right now, I'm getting counseling, trying to take out all those weeds, pluck out all the thorns that's buried on and inside me. I'm going to let you know that because of this, um, when you come into conflicts with people or your partner or your kids, you will have a hard time resolving it cordially because the constant lashing out between your parents, you tend to either lash out on those people or you just bury it inside yourself and you just keep on thinking about it and go into a spiral. Okay, instead of communicating, you know. So because your parents, they're very close to each other, they lash out on each other, they relieve they release their energy on each other, and that's how they get through it. And if it's somebody that you're not close to, then you would hold it inside and you would just keep on thinking about it and go into a spiral and use up all your energy, to drain all your energy within inside you, and it just stresses you out. Okay, so that's one thing that happens if you do not try to get yourself out of the situation when your parents are fighting. Okay, another thing that happened is you will have a low filter. You would just say anything and you think you are tough because that's kind of like how it was shown to you. Just constantly attacking each other and see who wins. Nobody ever apologizes, nobody ever admits they're wrong. And the only way that it ends is if there's no more communication, or if you're dragged into it and they tell you to go talk to the other party and communicate, right? And if you're somebody that could relate to this will happen to you. When there are conflicts, or if somebody offends you, hurts your ego, your pride, you will just lash out on them. Okay? You will have very, very low emotional quotient, EQ, because 10, 20 years of just constantly experiencing argument at home, unconsciously, you will have no regard for the other person that you're about to embark and partake on. Okay? And also, because of this, unfortunately, you will not know how to communicate with the opposite sex. You will not know how to communicate with girls. You do not know how to attract girls besides your physical appearance. Okay? Because your parents, they don't they don't show affection to each other. Their affection is just arguing all the time, or they yell and scream at you, right? And you just become this very negative person, and it's sad, but that's the consequences. That's the result of always fighting and arguing in front of your children all the time. And now, 20 years from now, I made a promise that I'm not gonna do it again. I'm not gonna, pass that on to my own family, even though it's hard as hell. I'm going through counseling for like almost 2 years. It is. So I tried medication, meditation, everything. Read the Bible, everything, and it's still a challenge every single day because something that you just gotta forgive. I just gotta forgive myself and forgive my parents for putting me through this for 20 years. And I didn't know how to talk to girls until I was like in my 20s, and that's from reading books, listening to radio shows, podcasts, okay, having friends that knows how to do that. And if I didn't have any of those, I'd probably be still single and not know, be single, frustrated, and be lonely and probably want to, like be super depressed and want to kill myself, to be honest. Um, I just want to let you know that this is serious. If your parents are fighting at home a lot, I'm not talking about like once a month. I'm not talking about once every other week. I'm talking about every week, every other day, every day. They fight constantly. They don't know how to make up. They don't never apologizes for nothing. And they ask you to be their bridge to speak to one another. Yes, I'm talking to you. Don't play their games. Go up to your room. If you cannot escape, go to your room, put your headphones on, lock the door. Don't listen to that BS because it's going to haunt you later on in life. And I'm right there. I was there. I know what you're feeling. And it's confusing, but at the same time, it's something that cannot be tolerated. It cannot be accepted. It's totally unacceptable and not fair for you. Okay? That's all I gotta say.